What's up, my pungios? Andy with Andy Vlogs. Excited to share with you guys this content here. Prime Day just happened and I picked up a number of home automation, home security products, obviously of which the title suggests we're going to be installing a new home Wi-Fi smart padlock, fingerprint sensor, Bluetooth connection, all that cool stuff to the front door. Now, I've been meaning to switch the lock because, you know, who cares about the old analog locks? Let's set up something really cool and smart, home friendly. So this is by Eufy Security, one of my favorite brands that provides, you know, security, home automation. Just know that this is not a sponsored ad. I bought this with my own money, but down below in the links in the description are links to the product on Amazon. You know that those are affiliate links that will help out the channel if you so wish to do so. With that said, let's go ahead and unbox it. Let's show you how to put this thing together, connect it, install it on your front door, and then have fun. All right, here's some of the features. Obviously, it's got fingerprint identification as well as, you know, a numeric padlock. You've got up to a 1-year battery life, which is awesome when connected to Wi-Fi. It's got a built-in 10,000 milliamp rechargeable battery, which I think is really awesome. Really cool that it can actually connect with your assistants, whether it's Alexa or Google. You've got your built-in, you've got the Eufy Security app that you're going to be connecting your device to. You can tell Google to unlock or lock the front door. It's so cool to be able to do that. You got a remote app control from your phone. You've got IPS65 waterproof, which isn't the best, but you know, it'll still work in extreme weather conditions. It's very durable. It's got an emergency unlock plug. The security is BHMA grade 2, and it locks automatically. You can set up a schedule to do that. Let's go and unbox the device. Box got beat up a little bit in transit. Not the worst thing in the world. I've always liked Eufy's presentation. Here's your instructions and tutorial. All right, there it is. Here is probably the battery portion as well as the locking mechanism on the back. Here's where you feed it through your lock. Here are all of the instructions, basically step by step. Very, very straightforward. I like how easy they make it. All right, that's about it. Let's go ahead and put it together now. Before you get started, there's a few things you need to prep before installing the door lock Wi-Fi touch lock thing. Make sure that the following criteria are met so the smart lock touch Wi-Fi can be installed properly. Check the door status. Make sure the door frame is aligned with the door. There's no obstructions stuck in the door frame. Leave enough space for the deadbolt to extend into the door frame when the door is locked. Number 2, check your door or frame dimensions to make sure that they fit the following measurements. The cross bore diameter is 2 1/8 inch or 54 millimeters or 1 1/2 inch or 38 millimeters. The back set, it's 2 3/8 inch or 60 millimeters or 2 3/4 inch or 77 millimeters. The diameter of the door hole, 1 inch or 55 millimeters. Door thickness, 1 3/8 inch or 35 millimeters to 2 1/8 inch, 55 millimeters. As you can see, my door lock meets those requirements. If you have an existing lock, remove it, including the bolt. All right, let's go into now all the steps of installing the smart lock. First and foremost, you're going to need to install the deadbolt. Right here, at the very bottom is the deadbolt. Number 1, measure the door's backset dimensions as I mentioned before. If your door's backset dimension is 2 3/8 inch, use the provided deadbolt to install. If your bracket is bigger, 2 3/4 inch or 70 millimeters, turn the faceplate 180 degrees and pull to extend simultaneously until the deadbolt locks into position as illustrated below. Okay, crossbar dimension for me is 1.5. 1.5. For the bracket, this is going to be the dimension from here to there. It's like 2.5, maybe 2 3/4. It looks like my bracket is 2 3/4 or 70 millimeters, which means I need to turn it 180 degrees and pull to extend. Okay, so since mine is 2 3/4, you just grab the device and you can twist it and it extends and gives you that extra length on the deadbolt. Here's the illustration if you want to pause the screen. Insert the deadbolt into the door frame and make sure the word top faces up as indicated on the deadbolt. Screw into the door frame with a screwdriver. You're going to need to use the deadbolt screws when you're screwing it into the door. Step 2, install the strike plate. If you have an existing strike plate, skip this step. If you don't, number 1, align the strike plate with the center hole of the deadbolt. Secure the strike plate, step 2, with the strike screws. Make sure the plate is placed in the correct dimension. To enhance the security, you need to first install the strike reinforcer. Attach the strike reinforcer on the door frame and tighten the reinforcement screws with a screwdriver. This is obviously optional. Okay, this second step is optional. I've already got a strike plate here that guides the door into the deadlock. If you wanted to have that military grade, I guess, security, which I'm not too worried about, you can install this. But since I already have it, there's really no other reason why I should do it. Step 3, install the exterior assembly. Step 3 is going to be this piece here, the padlock, the fingerprint touch, etc. To install the exterior assembly into the door frame, make sure your crossbar dimensions and determine the installation steps accordingly. If the dimensions of your crossbar are the smaller set, 2 1/8 inch, 54 millimeters, use the provided spacer to assist the installation. If you have the 1.5 inch, the smaller, remove the spacer. All right, so the exterior assembly, you have to make sure and figure out what your crossbar diameter is. Mine is 1.5 inch, so I'm going to be taking out this extra insert. It may be different for you. It comes off just like this. Use some strength to pull it off. Route the cable connected on the exterior assembly under the deadbolt. Align the tail piece with the center hole of the deadbolt and insert it into the center hole. Make sure that the cable is underneath the deadbolt. And then when you're inserting this little tail piece, you want to have the groove facing up. Moving on to step 4, installing the mounting plate. Route the cable through the mounting plate. Fix the mounting plate to the interior door frame using the mounting plate screws. Make sure the screws go through the holes of the deadbolt and the mounting plate and lock into place. There's 2 different options here. Option A, if the mounting plate fits perfectly with the door, go to step 5. Option B, if the mounting plate does not fasten tightly to the door, use an additional screw. Just punch through. Oh, shoot. Oh, what am I doing? Ah, stupid. I didn't need to do that. Step 5 is the battery assembly. This piece right here. To install the interior assembly, remove the battery cover. Match the wire connector from the circuit board with the one from the interior assembly as illustrated. The wire connector can only be plugged into the socket one way. Make sure you match the dot on the connector with the pin on the circuit board correctly. There are 2 little grooves right here on the top that are going to fit nicely right here on the circuit board. You align that and then push it through to connect it. Three, align the tailpiece with the key cylinder. Next, you're going to be having it in the unlock position, and then you're going to align the grooves with the groove here on the lock. I like to wrap this cord around it and then place it. All right, it kind of clips in place as you push it. 4, secure the provided screws into the interior assembly. Five, turn the thumb turn to check whether the deadbolt is retracted. If the deadbolt does not work smoothly, adjust the screws and install the mounting plate again. 6, use the plug to cover the screw hole at the bottom of the smart lock touch Wi-Fi. Step 6, install the battery. Align the pin connector on the battery with the pin as illustrated below and slide the battery into the battery compartment. You're all set.
Welcome to Eufy Security. Please download the Eufy Security app to complete setup.
Follow the in-app instructions to set the smart lock touch Wi-Fi. Note, do not close the battery cover. This is to make sure you can scan the QR code in order to access the information in the smart lock touch Wi-Fi, as well as easily access the setup button. Next step is to connect it to, obviously, the Eufy Security app. So as you can see, I already have Eufy Security. I've got my nice doorbell here. We're gonna go ahead and add a new device. We're gonna add here where is it? This is the smart lock touch and Wi-Fi. Now the reason why I didn't put the case on is because you need to use your camera to get the QR code. Long press this button to hear a voice.
Ready to set up.
All right, now it's going to connect via Bluetooth. You have to close your door. Now it's calibrating.
Calibration complete.
Now you have to connect it to the Wi-Fi and select which one you want. It needs to be a 2.4. Okay, now we're going to be setting up the passcode, obviously on the front of the door. It's between 4 and 8 digits. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now and then clip it so you guys don't see what my password is. All right, I've gone ahead and I've set the passcode. Now we're going to update the device. That'll take some time. Looks like it's finished here. Now we've got the front door. Looks like it's unlocked. Let's go ahead and calibrate it here. It's not fully charged, which I kind of want to charge it. I'll have to get a cord to do so. I named it the front door. We can set up auto locking and schedule here. It auto locks It'll lock between 1 minute and 3 minutes after use. I think that's great. We can schedule a locked try wrong protection. So if they try too many passcodes, it'll delete. We can scramble it. We can do a lock sound, lock calibration, internet connection, time settings. Okay, we can drag to lock. There you go. It's got events of when it was locked, when it was unlocked. Add access. I can add a person if I wanted. Next step, we're gonna add the fingerprint here. This is where you're gonna be adding all the people that, obviously you're gonna be having in the house with the fingerprint. You click on the person, you click on the fingerprint, and now we're gonna set the fingerprint. Add a new fingerprint. We're gonna do best finger experience. We recommend the thumb or index finger. I'm gonna do my index finger, my left one. Or right, who knows?
Start fingerprint setup.
As I'm doing it, it's lighting up. You have to do it 8 times so it gets a good fingerprint.
Setup complete.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and do the fingerprint now. It locks. Unlock. That's fantastic. Let's go ahead and show you the keys now. It came with these weird looking keys. They're not your typical house key. They've got like a round portion, and then it's got like the key grooves. So this thing right here kind of comes out and it spins, and then you can fit the key in to manually lock it or manually unlock it. And you can see that it locks and unlocks as I do that. All right, last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and set up a new device here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add a new device. I'm gonna set up device. We're gonna do works with Google. Now, since I already have Eufy Security, we're just gonna go into Eufy Security and check for new devices. It'll have you log in. Okay, once I've linked it, now I'm gonna go ahead and add the front door lock. I'm gonna put it in the clean room. Now it's added the front door lock to the clean room. Oh, it won't let me lock or unlock it straight from the app. All right, now from here, I can just tell Google to lock or unlock it. Hey Google, unlock the front door.
Can I have your PIN? Okay, requesting to unlock the front door.
There you go, now it's unlocked. I had to do my PIN. You guys didn't hear my PIN. That's about it. That's pretty awesome there. You can see that it moved as I requested it to be unlocked. Now I think because there is 2-factor authentication with the lock, it's not gonna allow me to lock and unlock it directly from the app. When I go into the Eufy Security app, I'm able to do that though. It doesn't require a PIN. Last step is obviously to put the back of the case on just like that. And there is your smart lock setup, tutorial, installation guide, all that good stuff. Well, that's about it, folks. That was quite a chore. It takes some effort, but you can get it done, and I think it's well worth it. I've wanted something like this so that if the kids come home from school and they don't have a key, they can just go in, punch the keypad number, whatever the code is, or even put like their fingerprint to be able to get into the house. It's an awesome security system. It's an awesome company, and it's something that I highly endorse. If you like this tutorial, if you thought this was helpful, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Check out the links in the description to help out the channel. My name is Andy. This is Andy Vlogs. We'll see you on the next one.